This week, we're going to highlight the price changes associated with May corn futures on the day that the USDA releases its April supply-demand report. We're going to turn our attention to Brazil and focus on crop progress and weather trends where that second season corn is pollinating. We're going to come back and look at export trends here in the U.S., wrap things up with a long-term review of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Bastine with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We moved in the month of April here, and there's certainly a lot going on. We're going to start out this week focusing on USDA's monthly supply-demand report that will be released on Thursday, April 9th at 11 a.m. Central Time. Let's take a look at the trade estimates. The main focus on this report will be U.S. carryout. Notice that there's a 200 million bushel range in the carryout from 2052 to 2267. That's a big range in carryout. Average trade estimate is 2131. So again, keep a close eye on that carryout estimate in Thursday's report. Let's shift gears now and focus on the price changes associated with this report. What we did was go back and look at the last 10 or 11 years here and look at the change in May corn futures on the date that that report is released. Notice there's a few years there where there's not much movement, but there certainly has been a number of years here recently, 5-10 cents higher or lower on the day that that report is released. That's why it's critical that you work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to have your marketing positions in place prior to the release of the report on Thursday. Let's shift gears now and focus on Brazil, where that corn is pollinating. Let's take a look at where that second crop corn is produced in Brazil. Now again, the main state that produces second season corn in Brazil is Mato Grosso. In the far north, nearly half the crop of the second season corn is produced in Mato Grosso. Let's take a look at crop progress now. We're looking at crop progress here, far left corner, about 29% of the crop is pollinating here as we move into the first full week in April. And most of that is up in Mato Grosso in the north. And we've highlighted here that on average, the last 5 years, about 50% of the second crop corn is pollinating by April 20th. So you can see how important that month of April is to the corn crop in Brazil. The other thing we've highlighted is the rainfall patterns. We've moved into April here, and you can see that in central Brazil, rainfall totals from March to April drop off significantly, and even further into May when the dry season starts. That's why it's critical to monitor rainfall patterns, as we've highlighted here before, with 50% of the corn set to pollinate here in just about 2 weeks. With that backdrop, let's take a look at the short-term weather trends in Brazil. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Of course, we know how important temperature trends are during pollination. We're looking at very normal temperature trends all across those key growing areas. No indication of heat at the moment. Let's take a look at rainfall. Rainfall the next 2 weeks. A lot of rainfall, particularly in the north. 97% of the safrinha corn is forecast to see near normal or above normal rain in the next 2 weeks. Nearly ideal conditions for pollination. Let's shift gears now and look at export trends here in the U.S. Now, export trends continue to run well above last year, 36% above last year. However, we continue to highlight that the record U.S. crop is offsetting the export pace. ATI is forecasting carryout to increase by 49% this year. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in new crop December futures. Now, December futures, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading near $4.80 a bushel. Look at moving forward now from mid-April all the way into harvest. The potential is there, not every year, but the potential is there for increased price volatility during planting season and, of course, during the growing season this summer. That's why it's critical that you continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement and avoid price prediction. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 309-664-2300. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an update. And make sure to join us at 1:30 p.m. Thursday, April 9th, for detailed market analysis of the USDA report. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.